This video was brought to you by Elbilmek, ABRP, Stormberg, Kempower and Bilkomponenter.
Yo, what's up? We're still at Oslo Motor Show. There's so much stuff to see here. Now I'm going to do a quick review of this, or rather first impression of this Dongfeng box. What is special about it is that it's going to be quite affordable. Costs less than 200,000 NOK. So there are some people in there, and this is a public day, so we just have to try to squeeze in when we have opportunity. But I can start with the trunk then. It doesn't have motorized lift gates. Everything needs to be made cheap. And there is actually okay space in the back. Okay, not too much here, but if I would guess how many banana boxes you can fit in here, I'd say at least 6. Yeah, maybe 6. Yeah. All right, and then you just close it. Wait, let me just check. Do we have anything here? No securing hooks, not even light, no 12-volt outlet, nothing. There's probably not even subwoofer here. There's absolutely nothing there. And this is Dongfeng box. Wait, is this the old Dongfeng logo? Because I wonder if the new Dongfeng logo is like this. This is a bit unusual. The charge port is on the right front side here, by the wheel. Yeah, this is EU spec car. Yeah, with the butt plugs here. I'm not a fan of it, but okay. We have to check under the hood. What do we got here? Okay, there's a lock mechanism. Just push it. Yeah, one of the sides. Oh, what the heck, man! This is so heavy. What kind of steel? This is Chinese steel. It is so heavy. There are literally no struts. Normally there'd be some struts trying to help you push it up, but what the heck? Oh, let me see. What the heck is this thing? I mean, there is so much space. I could probably fit the banana box here. Wait, why are those pipes ending right there and there? This is probably onboard charger, and the motor is right there. It's front-wheel drive, I suppose. Batteries here. I mean, it's quite easy to service it, but they could have made a trunk. They could have made a trunk here. Maybe at least 20 liters. And in the back we have, what is this? Isofix? Huh? What? Oh, no, of course. Wait, you have to, it seems like there's a cover. I'm just trying to find out where the heck the cover, huh? This is so weird. How do you, okay, you just have to pull hard. Huh? What? Wait, let me see. This is so complicated. Normally, it's quite self-explanatory, but here, I'm actually struggling to find out how the Isofix works. No. Oh, okay. No. Don't try to pull this. You will rip up something. You just have to poke it open like this. Okay, and then let me just use 2 fingers. Yeah, I can feel it. It's there. Yeah, it's there. So, okay, interesting opening there. But here we have the back seat. As expected, it's quite sparse. Do we even have USB here? No. It says here, Nammi. Yeah. And then no USB, nothing. I can at least put the feet under here. And then let's check here. I mean, even this cheap car has some ambient light in the back, huh? And then, okay, I'm still 173 centimeter and I have roughly 3 finger of clearance here. But you see, the headrest here is fixed. And then, what about middle seat? Okay, then 2 fingers-ish, not the best space. And then no headrest in the middle. The seating height seems to be okay, not the worst I've seen. Yeah. And legroom seems to be okay. I don't know who sat in front there. I have to check it, but I mean, it's okay for what it is, right? Let me just do the regular knocking. But there's still some soft materials here. They're trying to make it inexpensive, but not cheap. Okay. And then here, zoop. More and more cars, they have this style of window adjustment. And then, all right, sending data to China. Do we have light here? Yes, wow, even lights there. Not too bad. What about over here? Same there, right? A bit hard to open it. There. No light there. Okay, not that big screen. Right, this is weird. The battery percentage is all the way over there. We have, is that internal or what kind of outside temperature, I'm guessing, yeah. And then a small instrument cluster. Yeah, I feel now that the seat was not adjusted that much forward like I prefer it. It has done 9 kilometers on the odometer, but we see, well, okay, we see kilometers there, but we don't see state of charge in percentage. Then we have to go over here. So this looks like a bit cute, is it? No? Okay, we have the home button there. We have car stuff here. Or you can change the setting here. Energy, is it a new energy? Oh, I'm just kidding. This, oh, okay, vehicle to load. You know, we have all that stuff here, driving assistance. All right, but let's see. Like, is this? Huh? I just want to pull it. Okay, no, let's not ruin anything. Okay, do we have? What the heck is this? Huh? It just seems like there is no no glove box there, but maybe that's why. Wait, I'm a little bit. No, there's supposed to be a glove box here, right? Here we have travel outlet, one USB-A. What the heck, man? Plenty of space in the middle. Wait, cup holder down there. Whoa, what the heck? And then you have some storage here, and then one wireless charging pad here. Okay, that's fine. You can't expect too much from a car that is so inexpensive. And then here we have center console with actually pretty good space. Wow. Wait, can it be adjusted? No, okay. And the seats are comfortable. They don't have the sporty side bolsters, but that's fine. Headroom in the front, plenty, over a fist. Man, I'm a noob here. Whoa, what the heck? Is this the glove box? That is so strange. Oh, I bet there is nothing here because they want to clear up for more leg room. Okay, but what about these buttons? Okay, they might not have the most premium feel over it. Oh, 360 camera. Okay, it's still, oh, look at that. It's still 360 camera. Huh? Even Tesla doesn't have 360 camera. What the heck, man? But these buttons, at least they are not haptic feedback shit. Yeah. But they feel a bit cheap. Yeah. Oh, this kind of gear selector. Oh, I like it. There you guys have it, the Dongfeng Nammi Box. It looks okay. You know, for the price, I think it looks maybe even better than some of the really cheap cars like, you know, the Volkswagen ID, no, Volkswagen E-Up or Skoda Citigo E. I don't remember how cheap those interior were, but in this price range, this looks pretty good. I don't know about you guys, but eventually we need to test charging, range, 1,000 kilometer challenge, and so on. So that's going to be for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.